Welcome. I wanted to jump on here while I was putting together my food storage growing list or canning list for 2021. And it made me think of like how in the world did I even get to this point? Well, about a year and a half after my husband and I got married, we started to get engulfed into getting pregnant. It went from fun to what the heck is going on. Those who have suffered from infertility, you guys know this road. Well, 4 years into it, we no longer knew who we were. We were no longer engulfed in our own personal interests, things we love to do, our desires, our dreams, our hobbies, goals. Everything was focused on getting pregnant. Everything from television shows to who we watched online. Everything was all about getting pregnant, having a family. And my husband, as a therapist, he spends his whole entire life, his whole entire career engulfed in other people's problems. So to have a problem at home and no one to run to, like, what do you do? Well, my favorite things to do at the time was canning. Canning jams and jellies to sell, canning fruits and vegetables to eat for ourselves. That took up the bulk of life. But I was no longer getting involved in it. I was not getting involved in fun things such as coloring. It's a fun hobby and I have. It's the color. We chat, we laugh, and we drink wine, and we color in the evening time. Another hobby was traveling. We were adding lots of countries to our list, or at least we had plans to. But all the money, everything went into saving for the next infertility specialist, saving for the next test, saving for the next procedure. That was like life at the time. But we had to stop that. We had to come out of that. So for the last 3 years, we have been helping couples who were just like us, stuck and trying to get back to normal. It wasn't easy. We had to take 7 whole entire months of doing absolutely nothing. That was like no procedures, just doing us. We took 7 whole months and we went somewhere new. We traveled somewhere new. We planned it out. We had fun. We spent the money that we wanted to spend and not limited to a procedure that was coming up. We colored nightly for like weeks on end. I got back into canning. I got back into growing fruits and vegetables. Yes, on my little balcony. For those who follow me on Instagram, you will have seen what I've been growing. But we had to do what we wanted to do to make us feel like us again. We couldn't make any future decisions. We could not make any plans, even for ourselves, let alone as a couple, because we weren't mentally where we wanted to be. We weren't relaxed. We were not happy with ourselves, with our lives. And after those 7 months, we were finally able to sit down and make a decision. We were finally able to choose something, pick something that we felt was right for us. So over the last 3 years, as we help other couples, that's one of the first things we get couples to do is get themselves back to doing what they love to do. We had a couple where not too long ago, they spent retirement money, they spent their fun play money, they spent hours working to save, and they still were not where they wanted to be. They still didn't have a child. So the first thing we had them to do was, number one, not even argue over whether it was a good decision to have spent all the retirement or dipped so deep into their future retirement. We went over the fact of, where do you want to be from this day going forward? What is it that you guys used to do before getting pregnant was on the table? And that's what they had to concentrate on. We took time and it ended up being 7 months. But we don't suggest 7 months. We suggest whatever feels good. It felt right after 7 months to go ahead and start trying something else. Try again. We've had couples that only took them 4 months. We had one couple that took a year. We found out that they came back to us and let us know after one whole solid year they decided to try again. But that was their decision. They realized from the very beginning they had to do something for themselves for that time. So as I sit here with my storage list of what to grow and can for 2021, it brought back that memory. Like, I don't think I would have been at this place if we didn't make the decision to stop and go back to the basics, go back to who we were, go back to canning and coloring and traveling and just enjoying what made each of us fall in love with one another. So I know my husband got therapeutic ways and some type of research done by University of such and such and by a psychologist from 50 years ago, and has a whole entire breakdown to why one ought to go back to the original standpoint, to the original thought. There probably is some name of this action. I don't care. I just took a stance as a wife and says, hold up. It's time to go back. It's time to restart. Hit the replay. So now almost 9 years into our infertility struggle, almost 10 years into our marriage. No, we are still infertile. We still fight this. We still help couples who are fighting just like we're fighting. But I get to enjoy being me as a person. And that's most important.